Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to focus on a stretching routine for the hamstrings and we'll do a few movements for the spine as well. So we're going to begin laying down. You can have extra padding underneath you if you need. We're going to do a reclined hamstring stretch. You could use a strap. Today I'll just be showing how to use your hands and modify with your body. But if you like doing that reclined stretch with a strap, go ahead and grab one. And when you have everything you need, let's begin in knees to chest. Take a breath. Feel that your spine is lengthened. Notice if your chin is up, you want kind of more of a neutral neck. And if it feels good, you can hug a little deeper into the knees to chest with the option of gently rolling side to side. When you're complete, bring the feet to the ground, open the knees, have the feet together, and just relax in butterfly. We'll take about 5 breaths here, deepening each breath more and more every round. So we're relaxing, laying down, but we're staying aware of the body. So we're not tuning out, but rather checking in, seeing how you feel, trying to have a sense of objectivity to that. We don't always feel great. Some days are our best, some days not so good. A lot of days are kind of in between. But just observe that. Be the observer of the breath, body, and state of mind, and allow the pose to assist you towards greater relaxation. Let's take one more very deep breath. We're expanding the volume of the breath. Also taking time to exhale without rushing. And we're going to lift the knees, extend the legs, and then take a leg lift sequence where you lift the right leg, flex the foot, lower, lift the left leg, flex the foot, lower, and continue side to side. And next time you lift the right leg, we're going to hold. Hold behind the leg. Now consider having your left leg bent. And if you feel very tight, you can have your right leg bent too. But if you can have the right leg extending and the foot flexing down, and eventually maybe even lengthening the left leg, then this is how we'll perform the pose. Holding the calf works, and you can also hold the ankle or the big toe. But just be aware, if you do hold higher, try not to have your chin hyperextended and your shoulders rounded. You know, if you can reach, but then also ground, then that's good. But that's why we're focusing on holding the hamstring primarily. It helps us to keep neck and shoulders relaxed as we stretch into the legs. And take a couple more very smooth breaths. Very good. Let's switch to a one knee to chest. Hug that in. If you're very flexible, you may not feel anything, but a lot of times you'll feel more of the hamstring connector get a stretch here. It's also good for the digestive system. going to switch to the other leg, lifting the left leg, weaving the fingers behind the hamstring. Remember your options. You can have one leg or even both legs bent. And if you can have the top leg lengthened and eventually the bottom leg lengthened, then do that. When I use the term eventually in a class, that doesn't mean today's practice. Eventually could mean next practice, or a month from now, or a year from now, or even the next lifetime. So be patient with yourself and use the options that work for you, not against you. Stay with the breath. If your breath is smooth, then it's pretty likely that the way you're practicing is working for you. Toes are down, the heel is up, and enjoying the stretch. Let's switch to a one knee to chest position, hug it in. And both knees to chest. We'll rock ourselves up. You may take a couple rounds rolling back and forth or roll to the side to come up. But let's come up to the hands and knees. Take an extended cat. Right leg lifts, just hip level. Lift the left arm. And switch sides. Extended cat, left leg lifts, just hip level. Lift the right arm. And come on down. Now let's roll the spine a few times. Nice smooth breath. Downward dog when ready. Push the hips high, have the head down, feet parallel, hands parallel. Push forward and down through the hands. And take deep, deep breath. Very good. Let's bend the knees down, lower all the way. Take an easy cobra. Just lift using the back strength, maybe even lift the hands. That helps you to feel the chest open more. And then we'll come on down. And the elbows can be under the shoulders. We're gonna hang out in the Sphinx for a little bit. If this doesn't feel good on the low back, of course you can rest. You can do a child or dog instead. Otherwise, we'll spend a little bit of time here. It also helps to have the arms wider if you feel too tight in your back. Arms wider, maybe even further up. Emphasizing lifting the chest. Now, if you're able to contract the hamstrings and strengthen the back a little more, we're going to point the toes and bend the knees. Now, this may make it pinch too much in your back, so feel free to not do this. But if you're able to practice this, this is a good method of flexing the hamstrings, like doing like a hamstring curl, And it's good to make muscles strong and flexible in a variety of different ways. In yoga, we don't strengthen the hamstrings a whole lot, and we certainly don't do it by bending the legs very often. But we can remedy that by making sure we use the methods that do access that. Very good. Go ahead and release. Let's lower all the way down. Use the core and lift. And then one more time, dog pose. It is okay to have the knees bent and the heels up, and eventually you tone more through the legs and ground the heels, really emphasizing the lift out of the shoulders either way. Deep breath. And now we're ready for a seated sequence, so we're going to kneel down and bring the legs out from underneath. Hips come out from underneath. Tall spine. Arms lift. And some students can just push into the ground and sit up straight that way. Otherwise, the lifting of the arms is good for opening through here, but also toning in the back of the shoulders and the upper back area. So we're lifting, opening, and toning. Deep breath. The legs are active, toes are alive and active. And we're going to use this sense of lift through the sternum, this reach to access into a deeper forward bend. 5 rounds of deep, complete breath here. Try not to slouch excessively. The sitting bones are drawing back. The sternum is reaching forward. The neck is more neutral. And release the forward bend. We'll go ahead and bend one leg. Draw the sitting bones back. Arms come up. Twist briefly to the bent leg. And then unwind and stretch the hamstring. You're welcome to have the knee bent if you need to hold the foot, and or you can hold the ankle or shin. Eventually you might be able to hold the foot. You're wanting to square the pelvis, reach forward through the chest, have a relaxed neck and head, relaxed shoulders, deep breath. And let's go ahead and release that forward bend. We're going to set up for the other side. Start with the nice gentle twist. The arms come up, the sternum's tall. And twisting to the right. Shoulders open, chest opens. Deep quality breath. And unwind and take that nice hamstring stretch. Remember your options, leg bent or just holding the shin or both. Eventually holding the foot, reaching forward through the sternum. Softening the shoulders. 5 breaths. Excellent. We're going to release from that stretch and then make our way into a straddle position. So legs wide. If you're newer to this, the legs just open a little, and then eventually the more advanced you become, and this basic pose becomes a very deep advanced pose. It's the level that you make it. So go ahead and take a side stretch with the right arm overhead. Now you may tend to want to collapse the chest, but try and stay spiraling open. Stay open in the chest and enjoy a deep breath. This is a great release for obviously the leg muscles, but also the kind of mid, upper, low back, the quadrilimboris muscle. Very good. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Come back to center. We're going to switch to a cross-legged position. Maybe sit on a blanket or a folded towel if you need. Arrange the arms in a comfortable way. We're going to conclude practice with sitting with the eyes closed for a minute or two, a practice I call quiet time. So sit tall, eyes closed, and take about 5 to 7 very smooth breaths. Very good. We're going to slowly come back to the body. And we'll conclude practicing with the clearing breath and 3 ohms. So breathe in, hold it for a moment, and then let it out. And then take 3 ohms. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. Please consider supporting this channel with donations. There's a link in the description for you to send that. If you have any questions, let me know. It's really helpful also if you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Like, comment, share with your friends. All that is very, very appreciated. So thank you again. We'll do some more live streams and some live stream Q&As coming soon. And hopefully this practice was just what you needed today. Ciao, everyone.